call-ins. But anyway, we do have 2 more calls that I want to do kind of rapid fire as much as we can before we wrap things up tonight, if that's okay with you.
Let's do it.
All right, let's go to Dylan in New Mexico. Hey, Dylan, how's it going?
Hi, Dylan.
Hey, it's going good.
Cool. I see your thing here says cloudbursting or morality of adoption. I don't know what cloudbursting is. Is that like a chemtrails thing, or tell me more?
No. Cloudbursting, I guess I thought it was more popular than that. The call screener didn't know what it was either. It got popular from the men who stare at goats. They do it in a scene. It's a psychic phenomenon, reportedly, where you can stare at a cloud and make it disappear.
Yeah, okay, that's the thing.
Stare at empty space and make a cloud appear there.
Yeah, okay. I have heard of this. I didn't know the term, but I guess I thought it was more you stare at a cloud and then the shape changes or something. I've heard that.
I'm constantly being criticized by my wife for making clouds appear, but that's another subject entirely. Please continue.
Buddy.
The technical term is called atomokinesis or atmokinesis. Sorry, and it's any affecting the clouds with your mind. So I know you're running out of time. Real quick, I've done this before, and it's actually really easy to do. You both could probably do it this week. Dan,
this week I'm aiming for now. How about the next 5 minutes? Come on, let's be ambitious here.
It's 2:00 where you are, right? There's no
even later than that now, clouds. Unfortunately. Yeah.
Yeah. Basically the idea is it's sort of like some people call it like it's building your psychic powers for whatever weird shit they have going on, or I'm
going to be completely honest. If I had psychic powers, I would, rather than forming a cloud, I'd want to make a lightsaber travel across the room and into my hand. Is that a bad thing?
Oh, well, so here's and this is, so basically the short version, and I'll cut out sources and citations. I think cloudbursting is a legitimate phenomenon, but I think it relates more to our ability to somehow take in more details than we're aware of. I think human beings, after practice, we can train ourselves to be hyper observant, and it's not actually that hard.
Huh.
So it's less of a thing of I have the ability to control clouds and more of a thing of I've been looking at clouds for the past hour and a half, and I might not consciously recognize it, but I can at least identify these some sort of pattern that makes me think instinctually, oh, this cloud, I can make it disappear.
So it's a really elaborate way of just tricking yourself. Is kind of what you're telling me.
Basically.
Huh. Yeah. Okay. Well, I don't know. I've seen, I've only heard of this. I've never seen people do it. I imagine it's pretty funny watching somebody just stare at the clouds and see if they can change some stuff.
It's pretty easy. Yeah, I've done it. It's pretty easy. So, it's not, you can do it in the afternoon.
I also feel like this is something you could really easily debunk by just setting up a camera next to you and just checking back on the footage and seeing, if it matches up with what you're seeing, right?
Yeah, so the idea really, you can go on YouTube, and that's the thing is, there's not, there were some other phenomena I was thinking about, like card reading. I was thinking of looking into that. There's been a little more research done, actual academic research. But if you go on YouTube, you can see videos of people doing this in just the span of 4 minutes or 8 minutes. And, which is, if you're ready to be impressed, it is impressive.
Impressive in what sense? Impressive that people are doing this, or what's the?
Well, that's all I'm saying. I was just saying, really, I think people might have psychic powers, but it's more of just our psychic powers we don't really understand how our brain processes data. So
I don't know if that's psychic powers.
I
think that's just not knowing something, right?
Psychic power. Yeah. But that's what a psychic power is, right? It's just some, mind power that we have that we don't understand.
Huh. I'll have to see the academic research you were saying on cloudbursting. I didn't realize people looked at it.
That's what I was saying. There isn't any.
Oh, I thought you said there was. Okay.
Like, throwing dice or reading the backs of cards if you hold up a random card.
Yeah.
Generally, stuff like that is not. I mean, there's plenty of research on that.
Yeah.
It's pretty easy to debunk that stuff.
Sure.
I mean, I think cloudbursting is pretty easy to debunk too, and so I'll let you go. I just thought that was
thank you.
kind of an intriguing thing I looked into in the past couple of weeks.
I've learned something from you, Dylan. I've learned that cloudbursting is a thing.
That is super intriguing. Like
It's worldwide. I've seen Australian videos about it, actually.
Australian videos about. Well, then it's not real if it's from Australia. You know that, right?
Yeah.
'Cause Australia is not real. So, that's the firmly established canon of this particular program. Like Talkie, then they got like the Book of Eric. This show, we just acknowledge that Australia isn't real, I think.
Okay.
I'm going to go with. So,
I'll
anyway.
write that down.
Yeah, for sure. And any future Australian callers that call in and guess know that they're lying. So anyway, Dylan, thanks for calling in. Thank you for that interesting little.
Thank you, Dylan.
That's cool. I hadn't thought about that in a long time. So thanks, Dylan. I'm gonna go. I think stare up at the clouds and see if I can do it after this.
I would still rather be able to move rocks and
I agree.
persuade a lightsaber to fly into my hand. If I'm being completely honest about that,
you could like force push the clouds. You could do more stuff with that. I feel like it's a little more utilitarian.
Making water vapor appear not high on my list of priorities.
Yeah, unless it's like for places that need it, that'd be cool. Then you're
yeah,
right.
Indeed. If it's to solve the water shortage, definitely